Today we're making over 3 spaces and you get to see it in just about 30 minutes. Let's go. Glamorous.
I can't believe I suggested something that Rochelle had not already thought about. This never happened.
I wonder if my dad watches my videos. I got paint on my favorite shirt for this makeover. Welcome back to Loft Vibes. This is the series where we turn a literal warehouse into our dream creator studio.
And we've now been in said studio for over 4 years, and I think it's time to do a little updating to make sure it's still functioning the way it needs to.
So this all started when we took these gorgeous cabinets out of our storage room, and we definitely wanted to reuse them somewhere in the studio, but they've been hanging out here for a couple of months now, but I think now's the time we finally get to give them an official home.
I'm so excited. Let us take you through all the spaces we're going to make over today.
So in this back corner, this is where those cabinets are gonna live. We're going to paint the walls, the pillar, get something interesting up on here, and in the end, I'm so excited for how it's gonna look.
So here in the kitchen, the team voiced that these 3 individual tables weren't really the greatest for eating lunch together since they're so separated. So we're gonna take that old desktop that you might have seen us cut in half in the last Loft Vibes episode to create new tables here for the kitchen and maybe solve some other issues here.
And over here we have this wall with this fireplace that is kind of decorative, but it needs to be a statement fireplace. Right now it's just blending into this wall, it's not doing anything. So we are going to make this a focal moment.
So that's the quick overview of what we're gonna be getting into today. Let's get to clearing out the space.
Before we say goodbye to these pieces, let's take a moment to honor these legendary DIYs that have served us well. First up, the wavy wonder, our worm bookshelf. Pretty lady, you've been a curvy queen and we wish you well on your next adventure. The industrial mirror, the one that went viral faster than any of us could say upcycle. We'll never be able to replace you, but you can rest easy knowing you broke the internet. These floating shelves, Rochelle's very first solo mission. You came, you held, and you conquered. To the portraits we painted of each other right here on the workshop floor. Who knew we were such artistic geniuses? We're actually keeping those.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And finally, this crown. If you remember where this beauty came from, you are officially a TSG MVP. Farewell, old friends. Your DIY legacy lives on.
And that pretty much took us all day. See you tomorrow.
Good morning, everyone. We are here today in office. Well, Rochelle is at her home workshop building something for the kitchen. More on that later. But this corner needs a little paint job.
Yeah.
And we've already picked a color.
You have to tell them.
It's green, but to be fair, Becky actually chose this color. So as you know, the beautiful cabinets are going here and they're kind of like a greeny gray color. And when Becky was making over the storage room for the second time, we've done it 3 times now. I think we're basically done. When she was making over for the second time, she chose a beautiful green color to kind of go with the cabinets.
Because they're so grand, but then all the walls here are so big. So if you put them against a huge wall, it makes them look not as impressive as they actually are. So when you can maximize that color, I think it makes them look even better.
Yeah, I'm having this like weird thing where I can't not paint the wall the same color as the curtains or like any other big element on the wall. So it just feels like they have to match, and that color just happens to be green. So my question, Becky, for you is, we have this pillar here that's beside our office. So what color does the pillar get? I know this wall for sure is green, and then what color does this? Like that's what I was wondering.
Just end it.
Just end it all.
Just end it. I'm over the blob.
Other than the wave of it, but on this side.
Yeah, just green.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. Let's do it. I had so many ideas. Can we just get quiet on set, guys?
Yes!
We're gonna pause.
We've been waiting
We're gonna pause. Landlord's here. This is important.
You might remember our landlord Sheldon. He built our original office table and the kitchen countertop, and he's now helping us repurpose these two halves of the table, cutting them down to the size and finishing the edges in order to be our new kitchen tables. He had the right tools for the job, so he offered to handle it for us. Thank you, Sheldon.
How do you feel? Is it giving Christmas?
No, it's giving Kelsey.
And also, like, what we're doing in the kitchen and you're gonna do on the fireplace, like, is so different, but in a way that I still think will complement, but like...
It's very fun, so
Yeah.
it makes this not so serious.
Yeah, like, we have a few different types of makeovers in this episode, so like this corner might be a little, honestly, more traditional, I guess, with like the rug that we want to keep. Also, I feel like we need to address that we thrift and reuse and upcycle like so much in our makeovers.
Like almost everything.
Yeah, like we want to buy like 5 new things, and that includes like curtain hooks and like a paintbrush or something. I just want to take that into account because I feel like it's easier to do like a really impactful, really elevated makeover if you have a lot of time, you have a lot of money, and you're buying new items, especially like cool trendy pieces online, but like that's just not how we operate. So
Yeah, it takes a little more mental math to make thrifted, unique pieces work together. So if it doesn't hit every time, you know, you have a little grace there, right?
Yeah.
Because there's other things we're dealing with. Also, speaking of things we're dealing with,
Becky, no.
but here's a hook for your video. I got paint on my favorite shirt for this makeover.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm literally wearing like my paint overalls, but I don't really have any paint on them yet, and I kind of like don't want to, so I wear them even though, because I know I'm painting.
You want me to help you?
No, absolutely no. I don't know if you guys remember, but when we were placing these in our old loft, I like hit my head on the door somehow, and then I got a Harry Potter like scar for.
Oh my god, wait, I remember that.
Yeah, remember it?
While Becky and Kelsey were busy painting, I've been working on making these table legs. Let me walk you through how I made them. I started with some 2x6s for the leg pieces. Each leg is made of 2 2x6s glued together with one slightly longer than the other to support the inset tabletop that Sheldon's transforming. Since these boards are construction lumber, they had rounded edges and plenty of knots and cracks. So I filled in those imperfections with wood filler. Once that was dry, I trimmed off the rounded corners to give the legs a cleaner, more modern look. Then I used a whole lot of glue and screws to attach the 2 leg pieces together. For the stretcher pieces, I used glue and Star Drive washer head screws, which really gave the legs an industrial vibe. As for the lower stretchers, I attached them using pocket holes. I'll spare you the boredom of watching me sand and prime these, so let's get to the fun part, the color. Since this is such a simple design, we really wanted to go with a bold pop of color, and I mean, I think that's it.
So speaking of fun colors, we're doing something very fun with the fireplace, because like I said, it needs to be more of a moment than it really is. Right now it blends into the wall almost too well, and it's the only thing on that wall, so I think it can be a little more exciting.
And then back here, you're still cleaning up cupboards, making it beautiful.
Making it beautiful, and then I have an upcycle to make it even more beautiful. Exciting. Too late now. I hope you like this color.
I do like it, I love it.
It's a showstopper.
I like it too. Do you like it? Do you own a shirt in this color?
I like it. Since this wood is the kind that does have a lot of knots in it, what I did was go in with a shellac-based primer, because that's gonna help to seal those knots up so the tannins don't eventually bleed through and give you those little like brown spots through your paint. Nobody wants that.
Nobody.
Okay, so I'm actually going to be filling these cupboards, and then I have a quick little upcycle project in order to solve a problem that I do have with these cupboards. So perhaps you can see the problem that I have with these cabinets. They're only as pretty as the items that you put in them, since they are clear glass, and since we use this for a lot of equipment, not so pretty. So my solve is to use this reeded film that I found at my local paint store. This used to be really expensive to order online, and I was able to get it by the foot, which is very handy. So I'm just getting the exact amount that I need. This is just gonna go on the cupboards to cover everything that's inside. Right? Oh my God, elevated. Level up, okay. First I need to clean off the glass, and then I'm going to cut squares to the right size, and then I will get to adhering. This is a hack that applies to basically any DIY project, but if you're doing something like this where I have to do the same thing multiple times, I usually start in an area that's going to be less obvious. So I'm not starting like the front, middle, I'm starting in the bottom corner, because as you go on, you're gonna figure out the best method and get better at what you're doing. So you want the worst start to be somewhere maybe at the bottom, in the back corner, whatever it might be.
So our fireplace is looking blue, very blue, but somehow I feel like it's just not blue enough. So we're gonna add some more. These are little blue mosaic tiles, and they have an interesting sort of build. Whereas instead of there being like a traditional mesh on the back, they're just attached by a sticker on the front, which I think, you know, if you're laying this in sheets, you're meant to lay it down and then peel the sticker off after. But we're gonna try something a little different today and attempt a groutless method, kind of like the way that you see like these new Zeliege tiles where they're all placed tightly together. And I think since we're doing such a small area and it's glass tiles, we can get away with it because we don't need a lot of space for expansion that you typically do when you're grouting. So we're gonna go for it and see how she looks.
So logically, I know you cannot judge by the first coat, but I have to say I'm like really looking forward to seeing what the second coat looks like. It looks rough right now. Second coat always gets better. It has to.
I'm really happy with the film on those cabinets. It looks like they were just supposed to be like that. Like, why was it clear glass? I don't really understand. But we're ready for the next project. We're about to switch out a sink and faucet, and I think I've done maybe a faucet. Never done a sink. So this is clearly a situation where it's like, if we can do it, you can do it too, because we are beginners at this. Let me show you the sink situation. We have a very classic, standard, not demure sink here. And then also this leaky faucet has been giving us so much trouble. Like, this is what we have to do, because the faucet like leaks and goes down the hose, and then we just have this bucket here. Okay, so we're gonna be swapping out this really basic stainless steel sink for a beautiful, it's like a version of granite. I feel like it's like a man-made granite. Is all granite man-made? Anyways, it's like a stone adjacent, like charcoal sink. It's gonna be beautiful and a little bit bigger, which is so nice. And then we're gonna get rid of our demon faucet here. Step one, we turn off water.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Do you want me to run it? Oh. Okay. Girls can do anything. Correct. We did it, Joe. You can't just pull out your faucet, in case you guys didn't know that. You gotta unscrew your faucet. Huzzah. But it won't come out because there's a whole weight thing. Okay. We didn't have one of these, so we borrowed this from our mechanic neighbor. We love neighbors. Oh, okay. Righty tighty. Lefty loosey. You're up. Lefty this. Oh, nice. Oh. Yeah. Bye. Not gonna miss you.
Okay, elastics.
That is the biggest elastic I've ever seen.
Okay, so your sink is gonna come with a template like this, but because we have a pretty small cabinet size and we just wanna be extra cautious, and this template seemed like it was a little bit on the big side, we made our own. And now we jigsaw.
My favorite.
Well, it's actually gonna be better because we got a new jigsaw, so Rochelle's happy.
Cut me, except the first one I wrote.
Cut men. Tell me how you really feel, Rochelle. New hole. Who dis?
So those guys are working away on the sink and making a ton of really good progress, and me over here, I'm having some doubts. I don't think this looks the way that we wanted it to look, and I'll tell you why. I'm just not used to working with such small tile. Normally, when you put the thin set underneath tile, you'll never see it by the time you get to kneading the grout. So I didn't think going that route would be an issue. You wouldn't see it. But because it's a little thick and the tile is so small, it's squishing out the sides in ways I wasn't predicting, and you can see it. And it's white. And the idea is a monochrome blue moment. Sometimes not overthinking is the way to go. I pulled out some super glue and I've literally just tried gluing down the tiles. Very simple. And because this is clear and I don't need a lot of it, I think it's looking better. Let me show you. Here is my little test patch of just glued tiles. No thin set, none of the proper tiling. It looks a lot cleaner than what's happening up here. So what does this mean? It means that I don't really think there's a good way to fix what I've already started. So who's down for a little cheeky demolition? You? Okay, me too. Oh,
What?
yeah.
Oh, good thing you didn't do a good job the first time.
Starting again.
New sink, who dis? I'm thinking that the sink had to be the hard part, and this will be so easy. This is the faucet. It's in 2 pieces, but it's the faucet. Oh, I'm excited. Shouldn't it go on this first? I think I'm rewriting the instructions. Okay, wow. Guys, this is so easy. You can do this. I can do this, you can do this. Then we put on this weight. So the weight is, you know when you pull down your like, the sprayer, and then it like goes back? It's because of this. And it tells me exactly where to put it. Put it white here. Oh, good, okay. Which one's hot, which one's cold, Rosh? Hot, because the hot water goes to the dishwasher.
That makes sense.
Yes. And we know which one's hot because it's labeled with a little red.
Red hot.
Oh my God. I can't right now. I'm on a little bit of a high because I'm really doing this. As long as it doesn't leak when we turn it on. Should we get our bucket ready just in case?
Probably. I think that's not a bad idea regardless.
Okay, no spray, that's good. No spray, that's good.
A little lower? Sorry.
No leaking! Yay! Ah! Oh, it's clogged. Okay, hold on. Any leaks now? Still no leaks!
Yes! I am on the very last row, which is just up here, and this requires a little bit of special work because it's a curve and everything else has been nice straight lines. So I'm using this tool, which is a glass cutter, to cut little curves into my pieces. And then we can be done, and it looks so good.
It looks a lot better than I honest to goodness thought it would.
Yeah, guys, it looks so good. Good job.
We did it. Yes. Oh, that was it? Sorry.
I have so much glue on my hands. Let's do a virtual high five. Coordinated we are.
Oh yeah, one last thing. I put a final coat of paint on these and we're gonna let them dry overnight. And then tomorrow we can add some leveling feet because, yeah, they need it. So, for real, see you tomorrow.
Morning.
Good morning, guys. We had a very special delivery from the Table Fairy last night. Our landlord dropped off our tables unbeknownst to us, which is amazing. They look so good. They're now the right size. They have a new edging. They're thick, and they're gonna look so good on Rashi's legs. On Rashi's legs. Oh, speaking of leg, I'm kind of like a leg today.
What do you mean?
Like my legs are like the legs because they're red.
Oh, ha 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 ha. Yes.
I'm cosplaying the table. Okay.
That's so funny. I never, like, no one would ever know that this was the old desk.
In case you forget, and we didn't say it enough, this is our old desk.
We like to reuse things here. Give things a second life.
What?
What?
No. That's a different channel. That can't be this channel.
Rochelle!
So on the bottom of each of these legs, there are these little like threaded inserts. And now all we have to do is just screw these leveling feet in because this floor is far from level.
Okay, well, I'm all hands to help you build these tables because I'm so excited to see them come together. And I think Kelsey's gonna take over. Well, she's already started, but finishing up that back corner. I'm excited to see that one come together too. Today is the day of things happening.
After adding the leveling feet, we got some help from Justin and Mel to hold the legs while we position the tabletop. Thanks, guys. We adjusted the legs to level the table to the best of our ability. As you can see, the uneven floors were not our friend today. Then I secured the legs with these Star Drive washer head screws for an industrial look.
Honestly, this whole corner needs better lighting, and hopefully you saw the episode where Becky did a few epic DIYs, and they are actually both for this corner. So let's get to that. Remember the last time I broke a paper lantern of Becky's?
Please be delicate with her.
Let's not do that again.
She is very special and meaningful to me.
Honestly, me too. Okay.
No, it's gonna get wrecked. True. Which is what I care about the most.
Okay, let's put her where she won't get wrecked. This hits like the top of the cabinets, I guess.
Yeah, I would go taller.
Yeah. I still want her to be able to be seen. Mark it.
Mark it.
Love.
I think it makes the space feel tall if there's something to like look up at.
Yeah. It's like who we look up to. She's kind of giving womanly too.
Uh-huh.
This is our mascot?
Goddess. Yeah, we should replace the rose driver with it.
I agree.
It's better.
Decision made. Okay, let me hang her. Well, let me put up the paper light. So good. Love her. She is woman.
Looks great.
The whole moment.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, what should I get from the camera cupboard?
What should I do? Looks great.
Okay, are you guys ready for potentially one of my most favorite thrift finds that we found in a long time for this office? Okay, tables are taller, so the old bar stools weren't gonna work. So we needed something taller. Maybe it's like a chicken egg thing. Maybe we found them first and made the tables taller because of it. I don't know, but you guys can be the judge when I show you these because, dude, tell them the price.
Okay, guys, guess.
Pause, comments below.
No, lower than that.
And we have 6 of them.
Lower than that. Price per chair. Lower than that. They were 10 Canadian dollars, which is honestly like 7 American dollars each. Each! That's insane! You can't even get one for $60 these days.
No, and these are vintage
They're insane.
and so comfortable. That's the thing with bar stools is I don't know why it's impossible for someone to make one that has a good back, good arms, a comfy seat that you actually want to sit in and do work in, and I think we found it.
Yeah, actually, like this was a huge thing that I wanted to swap in the office because, like, let's just show you what the old ones look like next to this. Ignoring the fact that these are too small now. I mean, you can just see from like the butt size and the back size and the lack of arms. Just so happy with these. And the swivel. Yo, the whole team is just gonna be sitting here working.
Yeah.
We just redid the back office. Guess we're catch everybody right here at their tall table.
I don't blame them.
So yeah, it's 3 and 3, right?
That's the idea.
Oh,
8-foot long tables. Do they fit nicely?
oh my gosh.
So good. So
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah.
To wrap up the kitchen, I finally fixed this sagging light. It's been drooping for longer than I'd like to admit. And to beef up the tables a little bit more, I'm also adding in these long stretcher pieces to the table legs for extra stability. With a bit of primer and paint, they're good to go. Now, all that's left to do is the final touches.
We are so happy with how these 3 very different, very special spaces all turned out. These pops of color are really bringing some life to the space and making it look so much more cozy.
And it's functioning so much better for the whole team. Now we can all get together around these kitchen islands.
I want to know in the comments which specific design element is your favorite. Is it the tile? Is it the red pop of legs? Is it the ottoman that technically wasn't made in this video, but still great? And the last space that is left to make over is the studio/entryway area. I have such a good idea for something we're gonna do in this space. I've been wanting to do it forever. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.